This video was made possible by the 𝐴 Creator Network. Hi everyone, it's Chrissie and welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if this is your first time watching. We are back with another Adventure Awaits speed build, and this is another one of those early access builds that I recorded where I had a completely different version of the game and I only had like base game and the new pack. That is also why my name is floating around on the screen, all of that stuff. But yeah, so this is another build that I recorded when I had early access, and I haven't been able to get around to posting all of them yet. I know at this point I've only posted one of them. This is the second one. I have two more that are also done that I need to post, but as you guys can probably still hear, my voice isn't cooperating as well as I would hope. But that is a whole nother thing that I will get into. But getting back to the build, so we're building actually a community lot today. I know the previous build that I did, which was that like kids camp playground type thing, would technically be considered a community lot, but I feel like that is more of like a summer camp type thing. So in my head, it's not technically like, it's not somewhere where you would come with your like, you know, young adult Sims to hang out with their friends. Basically, it's very like child specific, if that makes sense. But this one is actually it's actually a community lot that I thought could function as a couple of different things. So I made sure that it could function as a bar, as a lounge, and also as a nightclub. And I called it the Jamming Jellyfish because I'm obsessed with the little like floor lamps that we got with the pack that look like little jellyfish, and I'm obsessed with them, and I wanted to do something around them because they're fun and they're funky and I like them. So I called this build the Jamming Jellyfish because I don't know, it felt like it fit. It's probably a little bit of a silly name, but you know, sue me, I like it. And normally I suck at coming up with names, so I decided to embrace the weird. And it's not all that colorful on the outside. I end up going with this like blue siding, and it's very like almost neutral looking on the outside. But I do use a couple of like flower boxes, and I use those jellyfish lights sized up to make them look like a little bit more like sculptures than just lamps. So I use those, and I try to make it as quirky as I could without making it look like it's overdone, if that makes sense, like it's too childish. So yeah, even on the interior I ended up going with a fairly like light neutral color scheme, and then I end up using the jellyfish hanging lights that we also got with the new pack, and I ended up changing those light colors so that it would like give the build a little bit of like an ambient lighting with a bunch of different colors, but the actual furniture isn't super bright or like in your face, if that makes sense. So yeah, like I said, this is set up to work as a bar and as a lounge. So there is going to be a little like, I guess, stage area which we're working on right now, where I have all of the like performing things for the lounge. I don't really have like a dance floor or anything like that set up for a nightclub, but there is a jukebox, so you know, your sim it does work. It fulfills all of the like requirements, I guess you would say, for a nightclub. I also put in a grill on the outside because I figured, you know what, I don't want this to just be a like a nightlife kind of space. I want this to be somewhere where Sims could go during the day as well, maybe when you have it functioning as a lounge. And you could pretend like they have maybe like comedy afternoons or, you know, something like that. I wanted to have something on the outside to do as well, because there isn't a lot of seating on the inside because it's not super big. I did actually take inspiration for the shape and the look of this build from the build that was originally here. Now, I cannot for the life of me remember who actually built the original lot that was on this, like, that was who built the original build that was on this lot, but I know it was a lounge as well, which is again why I kind of like just went with the idea of building a lounge. So yeah, I did take inspiration for like the roof line from that original build, But I obviously changed it up a little bit and changed up the color scheme and you know, all of the interior, all of that stuff, and built it like in my style, if that makes sense. But yeah, so what was I saying? I cannot... Oh yeah, I was talking about the exterior. As you can tell, I haven't done it. I feel like I haven't done a voiceover in ages. The last one that I did was last week with that playground. And was it last week? I feel like it was last week. Maybe the week before that. Honestly, my brain is all over the place. I've been really sick, in case you guys couldn't tell. And in case you missed my previous videos. I've been sick and it's been like off and on, and then I was getting better and then all of a sudden not better, and then my voice just decided to quit on me. So that is why I'm still sounding a little bit croaky. And I actually recorded the tour of this build. I recorded that 2 days ago, and I did that. I wanted to record it separately because I knew from experience from doing the voiceover for that playground that doing a voiceover and then doing the tour afterwards is really rough on my voice at the moment. So yeah, I cannot talk for like 20 minutes at a time. I can do a 12-minute voiceover, hopefully. I know for a fact that with that playground I had to stop doing the voiceover halfway through because I was coughing and my voice just quit on me, and it was just a whole thing. So I had to do like a half voiceover, half like music for that one, which again, not ideal, and it's not something that I try to do usually, but when you have to, you have to. But like I was saying, getting back to the build, the interior of this build isn't all that big, especially with, you know, having the stage set up, having the little bar set up. We have a fairly sizable bathroom space. It's probably a lot bigger than it should be, but I just wanted that little bump out to be the bathroom, so I did it. I actually ended up furnishing the bathroom off camera, but you guys will see it at the end in the tour. It's not interesting, honestly. There's 2 toilet stalls, 2 sinks, some fun lighting, and that is it. Like, it's a bathroom and it's a community bathroom, so it's not like it's super personalized or interesting. But yeah, I did do the bathroom off camera, and yeah, as you can see, the exterior is coming together quite well. I'm really happy with the way this looks, and it's also quite nice for like gameplay. There isn't like, I haven't run into any like routing issues or anything like that, and there's also quite a bit of space for Sims to gather and like hang out. So there's quite a lot of seating on the outside, even though the interior doesn't have a lot of seating. There's a lot of like not picnic tables, but like umbrella tables outside. We have that little balcony upstairs as well, where I have a picnic table and a like fire pit. So there is quite a few things for your Sims to not necessarily do, but there's quite a lot of spaces for them to hang out and like get their groups together, do things like that. And I really like the way this build turned out. Honestly, I would love to build something like this, but have it function as maybe like a cafe or something as well. I feel like that could be really cool. And also restaurants. I feel like when I do some sort of like food industry type build in this game, when I do community lots like that, I always have them be like a combination of either a bar and a cafe, or a bar and a restaurant, or a restaurant and a cafe. I feel like I always default to cafes and restaurants when I do community lots, because they're personally just the ones that I use the most when I play the game. They're almost the only times that I will have my Sims actually leave the house, is to go to like a restaurant or a cafe, or maybe a gym or something. But with this pack, I feel like I cannot remember, I feel like the custom venue lot type is something that's in the base game now, if I'm not mistaken. And I feel like that is going to be so handy for things like this, and for things like, you know, setting up, I don't know, like spa, like actual spas where your Sims have like, you know, I feel like I cannot remember if that is part of the pack or if it's a part of the base game now, but having like an actual spa retreat, I feel like that's part of the pack. That's probably one of the first things that I'm going to do when I start building with the pack in my normal game. I do have access to it at the moment, but I am absolutely swamped with work and still recovering. So I haven't had the time to actually sit down and explore the pack with like in my normal game, where I have access to all of the other packs and all of the like mods and things that I use, because I cannot wait to start building with the tool mod again. I miss my mods. I also miss all of my other packs and my clutter, but you know, that's a whole other thing. I actually have a starter home that is basically done with the pack that I want to finish for you guys. That is going to be just base game and the new pack. This is also just base game and the new pack, by the way. I also have like a really big family house that is also just base game and the new pack, which I will be posting as soon as I have the time to actually sit down and edit it, because the editing is what takes the longest time, because there's a lot of footage to edit, and it's also the part that I kind of dread the most when it comes to doing videos, because it's very tedious, and tedious isn't always my favorite thing to do. So I would much rather sit and do a voiceover than sit and edit a video. So yeah, I will get those videos out as soon as I can though, and I honestly cannot wait to start building with the pack in my normal game. If you guys have any suggestions, like I said, I'm wanting to do a spa build definitely, and maybe like some sort of like artists or like creative Sims retreat, so having things for, you know, various creative like hobbies for Sims, like, you know, having painting and writing, having it be some sort of like artist creative type retreat where Sims go to just pay attention to their art, basically. Could be really fun. And as you guys could just see, I did end up going and changing the lighting colors, changing all of that fun stuff, and that is basically going to be it for the speed build portion of this. I will have this build up on the gallery as soon as the pack is out, which should be later today. Actually, I'm recording this on the 2nd, so it should be later today. I'll have this build and my other build that is already up. I will have it up on the gallery. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and let's go on ahead and check out the tour as well, where I give you a little bit of a better look at the build. Okay, so here we are with the finished build, the Jammin Jellyfish. I do currently have it set up as a lounge, but I made sure that it fulfills all of the requirements for a bar lot, a lounge lot. It even works as a nightclub if that is something that you want it to be set as. I just built it with a lounge because I believe the original lot that was on this the original build that was on this lot was built as a lounge, so I kind of just stuck with that. I also took inspiration from like the overhang roof, like I probably mentioned in the voiceover. I'm recording this tour before I do the voiceover, just because my voice, as you guys can probably hear, still isn't cooperating properly, so I can't do them like back to back. So I'm doing one and then doing the other one the next day, just to not like overtax my voice too much. But yeah, so this is the exterior of the build. This is currently like in afternoon light. In evening lighting, I do think it looks pretty good. I did pay attention to the lighting around the lot as I was building this, and making sure that, you know, it still looks a little bit like cute and quirky and fun even during the night time. So yeah, obviously we have all of our fun little jellyfish lights and everything like that all around the place. And I also really like the way it looks inside with the jellyfish hanging lights, and I made sure to make them like different colors. So yeah, the whole interior is very colorful, and yeah, just it's very colorful, as you guys can see. But let me turn it on to like daytime again. But yeah, so right on the outside there's a bunch of seating over here in this little like courtyard area, but also out like the back as well, where they have a very pretty view of like the creek and all of that stuff. They also have obviously the little roof deck area with a picnic table, a little like campfire pit, and then there is a grill in here as well, in case your Sims want to spend the day here. Maybe like if you run it as a lounge, it's not just a nighttime thing. Maybe they have like comedy nights and it's like during more like a comedy afternoon type thing. Then they can grill food over there if you want that. But yeah, going inside, we have a couple of seating spaces. We have a very nice little fireplace over here in the corner, because I'm obsessed with all three of the new fireplaces. Like, you guys, like, just look at them. They're so pretty. I love them. I love the fact that they're all very different styles as well, so they're very versatile. But yeah, and then we have our little bar area, just a small little bar. We also have a little seating space, and then obviously we have our little stage area with, you know, all of the like performing equipment that your Sims would need for a lounge lot. So yeah, there's a bunch of little like seating areas. There's also a jukebox in here. Obviously, if you want to run this as a bar or a nightclub, then your Sims can dance to music and all of that stuff. And then the last little space is obviously the little bathroom. They're not gendered or anything like that, but you know, I did like color theme it a little bit, going with like the blue and pink and all of that of the like little jellyfish lights. So yeah, we have a little bathroom, and that is basically this entire build, you guys. Like I said, it's not very big. It's just something that I sat down and did like on a whim because I wanted to see what I could do with it. But yeah, here is a little floor plan overview in case you wanted to see that. But yeah, with all of that said, that is the end of this speed build, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I probably mentioned in the voiceover, the build isn't up on the gallery yet at the time that I'm recording this, but it will be up on the gallery as soon as the pack is out for everyone. I now have early access in my normal game, so I can access the gallery and I can save these lots and all of that stuff. So yeah, hopefully it should be up at the time that the like pack releases for everyone. I believe the pack releases on the 2nd, if I am not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I think it's the 2nd. But yeah, I will have it up on the gallery as soon as the pack releases, if nothing goes wrong with my save files, that is. But yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, everything will be fine and I won't end up losing all 4 of the builds that I've done with this early access. I know you guys have only seen 2 at this point, but I do have 2 more that I will be posting at some point. You know, obviously I'm just taking it a little bit slower with my voice and everything because I can't speak as much as I would like and I sound a little bit weird. But I still hope you enjoyed this. If you did, you know, give the video a like, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel and you want to see more Sims content. And also turn on notification bell as well to be notified of whenever I upload a new video. But I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you're all having a great day and a great rest of your week and weekend and all of that fun stuff. And I will talk to you all in my very next video. Bye everyone.